Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 96. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful day and are doing better than yesterday. And oh boy, it has been a tired one for me today, right? The whole week felt like it has been a drag. Obviously, I got high and all this BS that I allowed into my life that caused me to feel in this way, caused me to feel fatigue, etc. Blah blah blah. Obviously I am paying for the consequence. I am paying the price, and that's totally fine. But today's tired feeling isn't due to that. Well, maybe a factor, but I done work, I done things in my life that actually made me feel tired, right? So instead of being tired in a way where you're sick of life for not doing anything or for being lazy, that you're sick of your own BS, the tide I'm experiencing right now is due to the fact that I had done something that made me feel kind of sluggish, which is good, which is positive. And this is the thing you want in life, right? You don't want to feel shit about yourself. You don't want to feel like you haven't done anything that leads to this, I guess, depressed tide, right? Now, the reason I'm not feeling as such, the reason I'm feeling much better is because I am not really comparing myself as to, for say, the person I was when I first started this channel, right? When I actually done a lot of work into my business. I'm not comparing myself to the person I was before when I had my high, right? If you constantly compare yourself to the person you were before, when you're at the peak of your journey, and now you're at your lowest, if you're going to constantly compare as to why you're not there yet again, you're going to put yourself in this very dark place. You're going to be disturbed by yourself, right? So never compare of who you were before, right? Don't expect that you're going to lift the same weight because you did before, like a few years ago. Because, like, honestly, you took a break and you just cannot expect yourself to do that again, right? You got to slowly build up. But here's the good thing, guys, because we had achieved success before, because we had done the things before, we are guaranteed to reach the same success, if not surpass it, in half the amount of time it took us to reach in the first place. Right? That's the good thing because we had done it before. And because we had done it before, we had this experience under our belt to understand how to utilize and execute this for the future. And we can do this two times quicker just because we had done it before. So don't be stressed. Don't be worried that you're not where you want to be a few weeks ago, a few months ago, or even a year ago, right? Always compare yourself towards yesterday. Just know that if you are better than yesterday, then you had accomplished wonders, right? Because even a lot of people can't just simply do that, right? A little people can't simply get out of their old habits and make the first leap, make the first step to change. A lot of people are not willing to do that. So if you are willing to do that, if you are just willing to put on the phone or watch 10 minutes less of Netflix or just unfollow this Instagram model, whatever, right? If you just are willing to make the first step, that shows a lot about your character and your person. And that is all it really takes to create a winner, right? Obviously, then you gotta create habits, you gotta create good habits, you gotta, cut out bad habits. But those are all later stuff that comes in life. The first thing, and you should only focus on the first thing, is to become better than yesterday. And that takes character and that takes commitment. And that may take a strong reason to drive you as to why you made that choice. So if you haven't yet, or if you have already, be glad that you have, or be glad that you had this opportunity to make the choice. Right. And that is honestly all I could wish for you guys. It's just to have this chance to play the game. Right. There'll be times where we will lose when we least expect it. And there'll be times where we win when we least expect to win, right? There will be moments of failures where we will fail so much more than we actually touch or feel the success, right? And that is simply the game, guys. The game can play us if we allow it to, but always have your control over the game, right? Don't let the game control you, right? Don't let failure be failure, right? Let failure be success. And then you can only do that if you have the willingness to accept defeat. So just know defeat is natural and just know that you shouldn't rush the game. You shouldn't rush the journey, right? Don't be disturbed. Don't be worried that you're not who you want to be before you're 18 or before your 20th birthday, right? There's no deadline. There's no endpoint as to when you have to achieve your dream outcome. It can be 5 years, 10 years, heck, even longer or even shorter. It all depends on how much you put in the work and what you focus on truly. But just know there's no deadline that you have to reach 10K a month or be a millionaire in the next 2 to 3 years, right? It could be who knows when. But just don't get too angry or don't get too sad that you didn't reach that goal before someone else or before the day you set yourself. Things happen, things do change, life gets in the way, and that's totally fine. Don't be impatient, all right? Always understand the fact that this is a journey you're walking for a lifetime, right? This is the way of life. And you cannot rush life. You cannot rush life. You got to just wait and see how life plays out. But always have a sense of control in life as to where you want your life to go. So then you're not just drifting around in your lifeline, right? Always have an endpoint, always have a goal, always have a purpose to aim for. And just know that the timeline you have this purpose on, it could be whenever, right? The timeline is infinite, right? So never be impatient that you haven't reached your end result in the deadline you set yourself. Set your aim high and set a deadline for your milestone, but don't get worried, don't get sad, don't have a fit because you haven't reached it by your deadline. Just understand we are in this for life. So always enjoy the process and just live the heck out of life because eventually, if you stick with it, if you stay focused, that life will come true. You're going to become successful. You're going to reach the journey you want to become. You're going to be the person you want to be, right? When would that happen? Nobody would know. Even you would not know. Only life will give that to you. But if you continue on working just as hard and focused as you are now, life will reward you sooner than later. I can promise you guys that. And I'll prove to you guys that through my own actions. But until that day happens, I'll be here with you guys every single day. And I do hope you guys learned something from this. But if not, that's totally fine. Because like always, guys, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. So see you guys then. Good night.